Oh, goodness. Welcome to Get Roaring. I am Rory. Fancy meeting you here. It's time for some NHL franchise mode action with the Hamilton Ogres. Let's see how things are going. Hopefully we get to the deadline today. We are rolling. We're 6-3-1 in our last 10. 24-10-3 on the season. Ottawa is 21-15-2. So they're not far off in terms of how good they are. Let's take a look at the lineup. See how people are doing. HB is out right now. Gasper's doing okay. 8 goals, 11 assists, and 37. Days has a lot of assists. And Mel has a fair amount of goals. 22 goals in 37 games. Good clip. Andrus 7-17. Could do more there. McMuffin 6-20. And Lalonde 12-16. So, I was hoping for more from the second line as we go along. I mean, I was hoping Andrus would be putting more pucks in the net. That's what I was hoping for. But we shall see. Sorry, it's third line? Lalonde? Back up here. Buchanan is 5-8. Yeah. -6. Haynes is 12-7, but -7. Anstis is 3-12 with and he's +11. Again, I was kind of hoping for more out of this third line, but normally it has Geispers on it. Geispers is +7. Maybe Anstis deserves a little more time here? I'm not sure. Also depends on how he's been doing with the fourth line. Our coach rolls 3, so it's important that our first 3 lines are the beefiest. But right now we're dealing with a little bit of injuries, so let's check the defense for a sec while we're here before we go into Ottawa. Defense looks generally okay. HB is out, which is a big loss. So let's see how we do against Ottawa. I think we should still be favored. I think. Wozniewski scores on Snack. Altonen scores on Snack. Not unusual. Bolton gets one on Solgaard. T-Bone puts one in there. Power play for us. Nothing happened. Mel puts one in 5-on-5. Ties it up. Sometimes that happens with Snack. I find that it's just like boom, boom, boom at the start of the game. Then he settles down. I don't know. The shots are 20-5. There we go. Anstis puts one in on Erison. I guess Erison's in, Sogaard's out. Ottawa had 5 shots for a long time there, and 2 of them went in. So, I don't know. Alright. Third period. Slimmest of leads. There we go. Days gets the insurance marker. Andrus puts one in as well. 5-2 lead. 2 minutes left. I think we're good. 41 shots on. Good stuff. Anstis 1-2. Days 1-1. And Mel 1-1. Good stuff. Good stuff. Anstis had a game. Maybe we keep him on that third line with Geispers. When Geispers returns, like when T-Bone comes back. I don't know why Ottawa wasn't a grudge match, but apparently Columbus is, and Columbus is, their record's okay. Why it's a grudge match, but that's neither here nor there. as it were. Oh, we have the Leafs up here, a couple weeks on a Saturday night. Amazing. In Hamilton. We ended up winning the grudge match 6-1, followed by a shootout loss and a loss. Isaiah George is on waivers. It might not be terrible. 30 years old, top 60. Could be around 80. I don't think he has an X factor. I mean, he looks okay. 4th round pick. I don't know. I think I'm okay. I'm gonna keep the roster spot. I mean, if he ends up being like a 77 or something, then sort of like whatever. Miro Schnichenko. Miro Schnichenko. Okay. Top 6 forward exact and a 5th. So basically a 4th rounder? Why are we wanting this trade? Plays on all lines. The sniper. Couldn't hurt, I guess. For a 4th? Sure. Okay. Okay. The Leafs are 22-21-2. How are we doing in the Atlantic here? We're second in the division behind the Canadiens. The Leafs are better than the Sabres. Sabres are just perpetually bad. I don't understand. I don't know. Is that what to do next year instead of doing the usual Hamilton Ogres stuff? Should we try and do Save the Sabres? A good question. Well, let's do a little roster. Pop around the roster a little bit here. Well, I think Ranta can go down. I think we do that. Okay. Go to edit the lines a little bit. Let's put our new acquisition in on the 4th line and see how he does. Kind of curious. Yeah, it's okay. We'll leave it that way. I'm not super sold on Hutanen here. But Guy Spurs will be coming back down, and that'll probably push Hutanen down with, like, Miro Schnichenko. Is it Miroshnichenko, maybe? Miroshnichenko? I don't know. I'm not really sure. But him and Clarkson and Hutanen on the fourth. But then Hutanen is taking up 2.2 mil on the fourth line, which is... I'm not super sold on that situation. Alright. Let's do the old sim against the Leafs on a Saturday night, hockey night in Canada in Hamilton. Geispers gets one on Hildeby. Power play for the Leafs. Nothing doing. Power play for us. Continues on in the second, I think. Yep. Few shots, but Sanderson gets one, but it's not a power play goal. Gets it in 5-on-5, which is alright. Power play again. Comfortable 2-goal lead at this point over the Leafs. Power play for the Leafs. Alright. Third period. Andrus gets one on Hildeby, 3-0. Parsonen puts one in on Packard. Four to 1 final. Lalonde gets a power play goal with 2 minutes left. Decisive victory over the Leafs. Snack 33 stops, Lalonde 1 and 2, and Walzer with a couple of assists. Good stuff. Good stuff. Happy with that. Alright. We're trying to get towards the deadline today. If we can at least do the deadline, I'd be happy. I mean, we might... Where's the deadline anyway? Is it March 2nd? March 2nd, okay. So we're gonna start looking at stuff probably around here. See what we can do about it. Not far away. Not gonna worry about the draft class this year. This is one of those years where I think we gotta go for things. It's the last chance for our coach, that's for sure, unless he gets himself a cup. Alright, HB is back. How did Walzer end up doing up there? 9 goals, 19 assists. Pretty good. Walzer's been... Or sorry, Geispers has been having a time on the first line. But we gotta get HB back in there. How's the Ensis doing? 4 and 15 with plus 10. I think we put Geispers back here. Geispers should play the right wing. Does Ensis play right or left? He plays right. If we switch. I think we'll switch. Well, nothing from Ivan yet. We'll see. I think we put Hutanen in since we're actually paying him money. Okay. 4-1 win over Boston, 2-0 win over Seattle, 2-1 loss to Winnipeg on the back-to-back, 4-3 shootout win against Pittsburgh. We're 34-14-4. Right behind the Canadians. The Devils are running away with things. Devils are 37-11-6. They have 80 points. They are pretty good. Icebreakers is up to an 86. That's intense. Haynes is scoring. That's not terrible. Geispers is up to a second liner right now. It'd be nice to find like a good fit for the third line. Montreal is probably not making deals. Yeah, I don't think that player's getting traded. "38-year-old Timo Meyer." Goodness. McLeod is somewhat interesting. Interesting. New York Islanders, okay. So the Isles have a candidate. Delandry is somewhat interesting. Probably not trading with Ottawa. Pittsburgh we don't know much about. Barry Brewer. Yeah, he was a first overall pick. He looks like something. Seattle has some money spent. Goodness. Wow. Gene Pinto is apparently making $7 million a year. Goodness. There's Frondell too, also making 7. St. Louis spending money on our former players. Quentin Byfield's making a bunch of money. Kinda makes sense. Dylan Cousins didn't have like 3 years left. Forward line 2. Yeah. Doesn't quite fit. I mean, pretty cool, but that would take a lot to trade for that. Roy Bertuzzi. So the Islanders in Vegas so far. Tim Stützle making 17 a year. Woo! Hello. Little Patrick Laine down here. If you fit on our third line, I'd be more inclined. Capo Caco is a first line player? Seems surprising. Preston! How you doing, bud? He's doing well. Look at that 26 assists. Good on ya. Good on ya. This teaches a second line, he would fit on our first. Oh, good old Alex Tuck. How you doing, Alex? Forward line 4. Buffalo, can't imagine you're hanging on to too much. Turka? I mean, he would fit. Oh, he's got an extension with a no move. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. You just never mind. What is this? Why is Peterka getting 14 million for 3 years? Oh my goodness. That is just the worst. I wonder his value is like as low as it is for an 86. Buffalo, what are you doing? What are you doing? Lucius, how you doing there, man? Oh, it's like memory lane. Old kind of works. Playmaker. Nice to have a sniper. Okay. Let's give it another week, and then we'll check it out. We had the Islanders in Vegas. Let's get up to Calgary here. It's okay. Thank you. Okay. Let's go back and look at what we were looking at. Islanders. Sergachev. 2 years left for Sergachev, goodness. Kinda like Ward. Let's see what it would take. Stewart in a second. I'm not all that broken up about that. How much of that is... We would need a defenseman to replace him, though. Do they have anything that fits the bill? I mean, not Sergachev. I would take Sergachev if it was a lot less money. Like, how much is Stewart worth? Okay. Like Langdon is similar. I'm okay with that. Over the salary cap for next year. That's a next year problem. I might as well go all the way. We're paying up a little with Langdon for them to take salary, which is fine. Gonna buffer it just in case. They're collecting second round picks like Thanos is collecting Infinity Stones over here. Buffer. Yeah. Although, hold on. I have an idea. Oh, but it's for next year, right? Well, Buchanan's on our roster next year. Okay, hold on. I'm still okay with Langdon. You probably want one of their lower second round picks back. Sweeten it just a touch. I'm willing. There we go. Looks good. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. That works out. I'm just curious. Yeah. I think Ward is the best choice there. Alright. I think that's what I want to do up to the deadline. If I can pick up like a veteran? Some veteran fourth liners with some poise, then maybe. Kind of back and forth before the trade deadline here. We'll go with conservative buyer. Forwards. Eligible for trade. I don't want to have all this stuff that doesn't really matter in there. Bastion Aho is making a little too much cake. Florida makes a trade. Bowen Byram, Brunei, Denisenko, and Nazco to Ottawa in exchange for Lupul, 4th, a 6th, and Lightning, I guess. Here, Luc Dubois. The Devils are pretty good. So I don't know if they're trading too much. The Isles we just dealt with. Josh Doan. Not exactly what I'm looking for. Dylan Larkin? Dylan Larkin is what I'm looking for. They really want Kolosov. I don't know if that's because it makes the salary work, but yeah, that's the problem. It's that salary cap next year that it keeps harping on about. Sort by salary. Where's my soonest AHL player? Hines. Because there's no other kinds. Yeah. But just throw Hines in there, hope something works. That would be over the salary cap next year. Really? Wow. That's kind of annoying. But they would need to retain on Dylan Larkin. Still. It's not enough. They're like right up against the cap next year, apparently. It's not like Kolosov is making a lot of money. Make it 1.7. Like Anstis makes 1.8. It's next year that matters. Anstis is out after this year, potentially. It's because Days is jumping 4 mil. McMuffin is jumping 4 mil. That's another like 8 right there. Balzer's going up 2, like 1 and almost 2. Just The thing is also registering it, like, the cap against what the cap is this year, I think. I don't know if it's I would assume it's not a projection against next year's. But we can't trade Kolosov. It's like our backup. And we're not going to get a goaltender cheaper than 1.7, that's for sure. Not one that we want, anyway. Oh, I'd love to, but, you know. I think the only way that works is with Kolosov in it, which is kind of unfortunate. Even with Noah Dobson on a 1 year, like, we're not going to have room next year because of our extensions. Clarkson's only 1 year anyway. I mean, we could move out Anstis and then get Larkin, but that's no guarantee. But even then, it's not replacing next year's salary, which is the problem. I guess I could find a veteran that has a 1 year. That's my solution. Where we are, the New York Rangers. Let's keep moving along. Ottawa probably not trading with Philly. Nothing there. NYA. Be nice to get somebody of like Larkin's ilk. Oh, I didn't sort for San Jose, just a sec. Delano. No. When Tippett has 2 years. Khrushchev? 6. Braden Point? Goodness. Nope, nothing found. Okay. Trent Frederick's kind of interested. Doesn't fit. You'd think the Leafs have something. They do not. Oregon, Fiala. Fiala has 2 years. Sam Steele. Vegas. Austin Krause, but he has 2 years. Again, Patrick Laine, but 2 years. Boquist has 1. Stützle has a lot, with a lot of money. Greenway, Hintz. Hintz would be interesting if it was only 1 year. Not a whole lot kicking around here. Perry's kind of interesting. Charlie McAvoy would be good for depth. Good poise as well. I don't know if we have... Well, we have... I don't know if we have the salary cap available. We do not. That is likely the problem. Jordan Kyrou would be very interesting. But, I still think he's a little too spendy for what we're looking for. Two years. Lucius is hurt, but with 4 years. Zach Jones. Offensive defenseman, top 4. Nothing standing out here. Bunch of 2 years for that Denway again. I don't know. Nothing is coming to the surface here. Some Costin? I'm looking for somebody. It'd be nice if they had like some poise, some good poise to them. Man, if there was only a way to make Larkin work. The only way is with Kolosov. But then I need a goaltender. I need a goalie that is only 1 year and costs like not much. But also can carry the mail if Snack gets hurt. Like, that's a lot of qualifiers to find with 20 minutes left. Oh, man. I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull this off. Oh, just Owens. No, I don't think this is gonna work. Nope. Yeah. That would have been nice, but so Edmonton and Seattle made a deal. I wish they showed you like the overall or something. Well, hello, Rage. How are you doing? Yes, the YouTubes. The YouTubes where your videos stay forever. Because, you know, some people watch them, but other people watch them later. And other people watch them very later. So that was the happy part about having them on here, you know? Especially this stuff, because like this stuff is sequential, so you know, if you ever wanted to go back to the series, you could watch it. Kind of my idea behind going back here, because I figured I never got affiliate on Twitch. Because I don't know, I didn't want to like, you know, press the point. That's right, #1, sir. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to like try and figure out how to get affiliate. I just wanted to see if I could get affiliate by people watching, and it never happened. So that was an indicator to me that it was never happening, because I was on there for, I don't know, like a year or two. It was a while. Because like people said, you can get just people to sign in and watch for you and this and that and the other thing, but I didn't really want to be like, hey guys, you know. So I went back to YouTube basically because they store my videos and I don't have to worry about it. So and whoever watches. That's what it comes down to. Man, I wish I thought about that goaltender thing at the start. It was hard at first, but when I was in a Discord, yeah, I don't know. That's I don't know. Maybe I had this like delusion that I could get it to happen organically, but it was a delusion because it didn't happen. So, you know, here we are. Do I take the defensive depth? I think I'm okay. Alright, we're past the trade deadline. We have Beefalo here. I don't know, man. It was just me being like, if I get it, I get it, and I hope I got it, but I didn't get it, so to me that was an indicator of it was never gonna happen, really. It's just not. So I went back to the OG. I went back to YouTube. I don't know. I haven't really tried making shorts out of YouTube clips. I haven't played I play around with the editor, but it's usually to remove stuff or add stuff, you know, or add like sometimes I'll have the indicator show up at the bottom of like somebody who's a friend or whatever signed into Xbox, and then I'll like blank that out kind of thing, like use the fuzzy box over it. But I think you could, like, what I used to, I have a bunch of my Twitch content that I exported from Twitch to YouTube, and it just sits there. I haven't done anything with it because I have to go in and make thumbnails and like put all the settings for them. But you could do that with your, I don't know if you could do that with clips. I know you could do it with videos, but I was sort of like, I'm not spending the time to make these into YouTube videos from Twitch. So sometimes I do here and there, but not at any reasonable rate. Whereas when you're going on YouTube, you should be making a thumbnail, which I do with Canva. And then when you start, like I do here, it's already set up, right? So you just, it's go time. Yeah, it's always the thing. Well, it's not always the thing in that I don't have time to do that. It is the time I want to do it. That's the difference. Like, I could be doing that, or I could be playing Outlaws on the Xbox. Guess which wins? Not this. So, that's the reality. It's not that I don't have the time, it's that I don't the time. Yes, that's usually it. Why are season tickets so expensive? I mean, we're pretty good, but we haven't won anything, so... Yeah. I was thinking about it, because, like... I don't know, in this game, maybe it's different in other ones. The Buffalo Sabres are perpetually bad. And I don't know why. Not that I'm a grand fan of Buffalo. But I was wondering if I should forgo the usual custom team. Maybe I do the custom team and make them the expansion team. But I don't play them. I was like, maybe I should try and fix Buffalo. Maybe that's what I should try and do for NHL 26, because they're never good. Like, I don't know. They've just been bad all the time. So it seems like a bit of a challenge. Like, it doesn't make sense to play like the Toronto Maple Leafs or something, where it's like, yes, you have all this talent, woo, you're surrounded with some depth and you win a cup. Like, whatever. But to try and fix a team that's perpetually bad, it's kind of interesting. Alright, let's sim our cross-border rivals, the Buffalo Sabres. Even though we should win this. I mean, I don't know if we will, but here we go. I think that's Miroshnichenko. I think it's Miroshnichenko, but I don't know for sure. But that's a name. Anyway, he scores one on Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, also a name, or UPL for short. One nothing after the first. Power play for us, nothing doing. Power play for Buffalo, also nothing doing. They're keeping up with the shots, though. Zach Benson scores one on Snack. Still getting the shots on. Alright. Little power play. Walzer gets a power play goal. Good stuff. All that being said, though, Rage, I appreciate you joining me on a Saturday morning for some NHL franchise mode featuring the Hamilton Ogres. Walzer got one. Sale got one. Endress gets one. Mel gets an empty netter. Win over Buffalo. The world is all good. Everyone is happy. There was dancing in the streets of Hamilton. There probably would be, actually. Mel gets first star with 1 goal. Snack 24 stops, and Endress with 1. Our snipers are sniping. Good stuff. I hope Endress is heating up on the way to the playoffs here. Geispers, injured, back spasms. Goodness. A little young for back spasms. Oh, it's doing this weird thing again. Ward is a sniper. I think we move Anstis up. The fourth line doesn't play too much, so I'm not overly worried about them. Let's get Laminin in there. Get a grinder in there. Right? Anstis goes up to the third line. Let's see how we do. Alright. Goodness. Okay. right. It's July? No, it's not. EA, fix your calendar. They're not. Oh yeah. what to put in the dead space area. And fancy meeting you here, sir. All right, Ottawa. Ottawa's 39, 27, and 3. We're 44, 18, and 7. We are top of the division, 95 points. The Devils have 104. Okay. Okay. Well then. They're 48, 14, and 8. Goodness. I feel like we're going to run into them at some point in the playoffs. Let's sim against Ottawa. We got another game against the Leafs coming up as well. Playing our provincial and regional rivals. H.B Bolton gets a goal. Power play goal on Sogard. Brady Tkachuk looking frustrated, as he probably should. Jack Eichel scores. Jack Eichel is on Ottawa. Goodness, okay. Ward gets one, though. Hey, Ward, how you doing? Welcome to the team. Two at the end of one. Pretty even. I mean, Ottawa's a decent team, so this is power play goal by Endress. Nice. They're looking for more of those. I feel like in the playoffs we just don't capitalize in the power play enough. All right. Only Endress scores in the second, going into the third. Shots are 27 to 19. Days puts one in, gets us the insurance marker. Eichel puts one in, power play goal, 4-3. 6 minutes left. It's going to be a tight one. We have put 40 shots on, though. That's a lot. I tried to trade for Dylan Larkin at the deadline. He's like, I don't know, 38 years old now. But I don't have enough cap space next year, apparently. And it wouldn't, and it's like, that's a next year problem. Why are you preventing this next year? Technically, in the offseason, teams can have 10% more of cap space than the available cap before the beginning of the next season. Dylan Larkin's a pretty good player, Rage. I don't know if you noticed. Plus, like, I find in this game, players have longevity that they may not actually have in real life. Eichel with 2, Days 1-1, HB 1-1, but we won the game. 1-1. That's right. Yeah, good for Larkin. I wish he was on our team, but this game is weird sometimes. Walzer. Injured with back spasms. What is the... back spasms are going around, I guess. I don't know. Alright. We move up Stewart or Owens? Goodness. Kind of need a defenseman up, so let's move Owens up. I'll put a forward in for him right now. We'll put and then we'll just move Owens up. So I'm trying to look at the player and it keeps showing me like the franchise window. All right. Yeah, pretty much. It happens a lot less in this game that players decline because like they sort of go on this path of decline, which is good. They're not just like the player they are at 25 while they're 39, which is positive. They do decline as time goes on, but their decline can be like mid-30s, early 30s, or it could be like 42 for some of them. It's usually the better players that last longer, but it's not guaranteed, right? I'm sure it's the same in other EA type games. I guess we bring up Luneau. Best HL lines. There we go. Okay, that should be good. Walzer and Geispers are out, which is not the best. Hopefully they get through their back spasms before the playoffs. We do have New Jersey coming up at a week after the Leafs. So I'd be kind of interested to see how we do against them. Okay, Geispers is back. Instas can drop down here. I think one of our owners' goals was to win the President's Trophy. I don't think that's going to happen because the Devils are just insane. Alright, Walzer is back. Back again. Walzer's back. Tell a friend. Do we keep Perkis or a Curry? I think we send him down. We'll keep Perkis. Really? Now we're getting all the injuries like after the trade deadline? That's always great. Walzer is back. We're gonna have to stick Wal. How is Walzer? He's still hurt. I can't risk putting Walzer in and him getting hurt and then he's done for the playoffs. So we're gonna have to bring up another defenseman. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to keep Owens there. Thank you. Put our grinder there for now. Does it actually work? Okay. We're gonna do that for now. Our grinder actually fits on defense, weirdly enough. So we're just gonna do that until Walzer's healthy. See how we do against the Leafs. Worst case, he puts somebody into the boards and turns them into an advertisement. Like that's pretty much what I'm hoping for with the grinder playing on defense. Days puts one in. I don't know who George is, but I think the Leafs are heading towards a rebuild at this point. Dvorsky scores on Kolosov, so our backup is in. Clarkson puts one in. A little depth scoring there. Alright, second period. Ward puts one in on George. I had a path to get Larkin because I needed to clear space next year for some silly reason. Andrus puts one in. Good stuff. 4-1. I realized it a little too late towards the deadline that I could have traded for Casa as a backup, I think. Because they wanted Kolosov because I would have got rid of salary next year, and then I would have just pick up Casa for this year, and then I could have gotten Larkin, but it just did not work out. I just didn't have enough time on the deadline. It's often why I do the things I care about, like, way beforehand. I was just trying to get some veteran depth, but it didn't happen. Didn't give myself enough time, because I went into the deadline and then thought about things after. Ants just puts one in on George, 5-1. 39 shots to 19. Goodness. Lalonde puts one in 6-1. There's a bunch of nails and coffins at this point. 7-1. Mel puts one in 2. Goodness. They just left George in there to dry. They hung him out to dry. Okay. Days 1 and 2, Mel 1 and 2, Lalonde 1 and 1. So the big line had a field day. Or the top 6 had a field day in that game. 7-1 victory over the Leafs. Well, then you know. So we're at 109 points. The Devils are at 118. What? Oh my goodness. 118 points. That is ridiculous. I mean, our season's pretty good at 51, 19, and 7. The Canadians are just behind us with 103 at 47, 22, and 9. They're ahead of the Bruins by another 6 points. We're ahead of third place by 12. They're ahead of second place in their division by 35 points. That's ridiculous. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you joining me for the time you're here. Have yourself a good Saturday. Enjoy the weekend, the long weekend. Hope it's a good one. Have fun with the fam and all that. And I'll talk to you later. Potentially. We'll see. Potentially. Later, dude. Alright, let's go to New Jersey here. Alright, Walser's back. Back again. It's good to know, though, that I can sub in our grinder on defense and it's not horrific. Looks like he actually played decently. Can I convince him to be a defenseman? Who knows? Who knows? Gotta put Owens back in, though. Actually, hold on. All right. Dobson is on the hard decline. Like, he's going that way. Stewart's back. We can get Stewart back in here. Actually have our actual defense core good to go just before the playoffs. Good. All right. Well, we're at 113 points. It looks like the Devils have like locked up handily the President's Trophy. So we're not getting that, even though we have 113 points with 3 games still remaining. We could get to 119 if we beat the Devils and Boston and Seattle, but this is going to be a tough one. This is our measure right here. Can we beat the Devils? Half a period, there was like 4 shots. Power play. Nothing doing. Another power play. McMuffin scores one on Levi. Good stuff. Poitras gets one back. 1-1. H.B Bolton on the power play. Puts one in on Levi. 2-1. We're getting the shots on. Kobayashi puts one in on Snack. 2-2. All right. H.B Bolton scores on Levi. 3-2. Nico Hischier gets one right back. 3-3. Power play for New Jersey, but Haynes gets a short-handed goal. Lalonde puts one in. 5-3. HB scores another. 6-3. We're running away with this thing. Oh, goodness. 4 goals in the third period. What a game. We take out New Jersey in the regular season. HB with the Hattie. Mel got 3 assists. McMuffin 1 and 1. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, let's see how we finish up the season. We're not going to get the President's Trophy, but we could get quite close. 3-0 win over Boston. Oh goodness, Stewart. Stewart! We need you, bud. We need you. Now ain't the time. And we win against Seattle. The Devils end with 122. So we were off by 3 points, though we won 56 games. We're 56, 19, and 7 to finish the season. So, wow. Okay. Our division is tough. Montreal looks good. Blue Jackets also look good. Like, everybody came from our division in the East. Like, their second place, the Penguins, didn't even make it. They wouldn't even have made it as a runner-up to the wild card in our division. The Senators would have been ahead of them. Our division is by far better than their division. Like, even the Leafs would have been 5th? No, 6th. 6th in the Metropolitan. They would have been ahead of the Lightning. Goodness. Okay. First in the division? Okay. Okay, so it wasn't President's Trophy. We did that. We finished first in the division. We got Boston in the first round. We'll take a look at that in a second. Let's see how let's look at Stats Central for a second. Stats. First of all, let's see how our players did. Mel got 88 points, 46 goals, 42 assists, and 88 points. Exactly what I'm looking for. Days 65 assists, 82 points. Lalonde 77 with 35 goals. HB had 64 points with 25 goals in 53 games, mind you. Enders had 22 with 58. Was hoping for a little more. He was shooting 11%. McMuffin had 40 assists. Was hoping for more points out of him, but, you know, here we are. 54 points from Sanderson, 48 assists. How did Ward do with us? $11 points in 26 games. Not bad. He was a -4. Haynes 25 goals and 38 points. The -13 is kind of meh. Geispers 34 points and 75. Anstis had a good year, 32 points and 82. Robson had 25 points. Walzer 22. How did Miroshnichenko do with us? In the end, 11 points in 38 games. Not bad. He's playing in like a depth role. Stewart 18 points. T-Bone 16, but again, T-Bone not looking for goals necessarily. We're looking for this stuff out of him. 100 blocks by T-Bone. Goodness. Alright. Owens 11 points, 79 games. Alright. Goalies. Snack, 49 wins. A 925 save percentage. 9 shutouts and a 203. That's spectacular. Snack was fantastic this season. Let's see. I mean, I'm guessing the overall is going to be bananas by comparison. But we won games. I want a cup. That's what I want. I'm guessing Kaprizov and Matthews were tops here. 37-year-old Austin Matthews. He has no clause next year. Not that we have the salary for an $11 million contract. But he's available next year. Who are you? The Preds? 55 goals, goodness. Pasta had 48, Hughes 46. Mel's tied with Hughes. And Ivanov's just below them, but yeah, the points in there, like, we're looking at 112, 110, 110, 102, 97 for Bedard. So we didn't get anybody that really, you know, had the points going. But we did okay. We won games. That's what I'm more concerned about. Snack won. Snack ran away with everything. He played 69 games this year. Goodness. That is a lot of work. That is a lot of work. Let's try minimum 20 games. So Snack, I'm pretty sure, led in most categories here. All categories for goalies over 20 games. Goodness. Let's take a look at the playoff tree. Penguins get Carolina. New Jersey gets Detroit. Montreal gets Columbus. That is going to be a hard matchup. And we get Boston. So if we're going to see New Jersey, it's going to be in the East Final if we can make it that far. On the other side, we got Minnesota and the Preds. We got Chicago going up against Dallas. The Ducks versus the Oilers, and Calgary versus St. Louis. Hopefully, Oilers and Calgary go through, and then we get the Battle of Alberta. That'd be fantastic. It looks like Moncton also made the playoffs, which is kind of cool. They played the Marlies in the first round. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. I think we'll call it there for today. Next week, we'll start our push in the playoffs. It is late August right now, the end of August. So NHL 26 probably comes out early October. So we got about 4 weeks left before the release. I don't know if I'm going to start the release then. I want this team to get a cup. That's the goal here, because I think we're a cup ready team at this point. So let's see where we are by the end of September. If we haven't already won a cup, then maybe I push for one and we do NHL 26 a little later. I don't know. I'm still kind of on the idea. Do we do Save the Sabres? Is that what we do, as opposed to doing Hamilton again? Because we've done Hamilton quite a bit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Have yourself a good one. Thanks for watching. Appreciate every minute you spend with me. I hope you have a good Labor Day weekend. And we'll see you next time. Have a good one, folks. Bye for now.